Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Bybit Earn. You've got crypto in your exchange account and you want to make the most of it. You want to earn money on your crypto. This is where Bybit Earn comes into it. But there's some things you're going to want to watch out for. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to use it. What are the different products? What are the difference between them? And a lot more. Smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. If you don't have a Bybit account, check out the link in the description below. You're going to get some awesome bonuses as well. Go ahead, get yourself logged in, click into finance at the top, head into earn, and you're going to come across this slightly complicated page, but I'm going to break it down for you. Now, the first thing I need you guys to understand is on the right hand side, what is the difference here between Bybit savings, which you can see at the top there, versus something like staking, right? We've heard of Bybit savings and staking. What is the difference? Because there is a difference, and it's important that we understand what that difference is. Now, savings is no different to how you have savings in a bank account. In a traditional bank account, let's say you're banking with HSBC, you leave some money in a bank account and they give you a percentage in the savings account. What is that percentage for? That percentage is your reward for allowing them to take your money and give it to other people who have asked the bank for a loan. Okay, on average, whatever you deposit in the bank, they're allowed to 9 times that in loans, give out 9 times the value of that in loans. That is a savings account and it's based on the interest system. You guys are very familiar with that. Staking is a very different concept which relies on the consensus mechanism of a blockchain. It's when you allocate your tokens to become a validator to help the consensus mechanism and the security of a blockchain. And in doing so, you get a reward of some of the tokens for allowing your tokens to play a part in the security of the blockchain. Very important to understand the difference, because when you're browsing through the different products available here, you need to understand what the difference between all of these are. So let's go into this and start understanding what are the different options. So when you come into this page, straight away, you're going to see their offers coming up. Right? You can see USDT. If you've got a bunch of USDT in your Bybit account and you want to earn a little bit of money on it, you've got a few options. The first one is flexible savings. So remember, they're going to take your money and they're going to give it to other people who are looking for USDT loans. Okay, make sure you understand that. For that, they're going to give you an annualized rate of 7.54%, but it's flexible. Right? You can withdraw it whenever you want. The next one's going to give you a higher percentage. I mean, I don't know if that's an anomaly there, 100%, but it's you fixed for 1 day. You have to leave your money in there for 1 day. You cannot take it out. Now, in the case of USDT, that's less of a risk, but what if it's Bitcoin and Bitcoin tanks and you've got your Bitcoin locked for a certain number of days? You need to understand that that poses a risk as well. You then have something called a dual asset. Now, this is beyond the scope of this video, but a dual asset is basically saying that you're going to take the opposite side to an options contract. Now, it's going to be beyond the scope of this video. I don't want to confuse people who just want to start using Bybit Earn, but if people want to take out an option, you've probably heard of a call contract or a put contract. They need somebody to take the other side, right? They need someone to take the other side of the contract, and you guys can, if you want to, be the other side of the contract, and you get a premium for doing so. But again, if you want a separate video on that, you got to comment below dual asset in capital letters, and I can make a separate video breaking that down because I don't want to lose people in this video. And then your next option is liquidity mining. Now, liquidity mining, you guys have probably heard about, is also known as yield farming. Maybe you've heard of yield farming, right? Very popular in the last bull market, particularly through the DeFi summer as well, a couple of years ago. There's a lot of people making a lot of money going through yield farming. So it's important you understand it. Now, what is yield farming, or in this case, Bybit call it liquidity mining? Well, when you guys want to buy cryptocurrencies, let's say you go to something like Uniswap, which is an AMM, right? It's pairing buyers and sellers. Well, in order to be able to pair you guys, it needs liquidity of every single pair. If you want to trade Bitcoin and USDT, it needs a pool with enough Bitcoin in it and enough USDT. So what you will get rewarded for is allocating some Bitcoin and USDT, 2 tokens, to this pool. You will get a percentage reward for doing so. Okay. Now, it's not as simple as that, really, because when you want to go and add liquidity, you can choose to do so. You press add liquidity. You choose which pair you want to do. I can choose to add 1,000 USDT, right? And I can add some Bitcoin as well. Let's do both. Let's go. I want to add 1,000 of each, right? And now what I can do is I've added liquidity to this pool. Fine, and I know my estimated yield on the right hand side, I will get 1.15 USDT, it's suggesting here on the side. Okay, now what's the problem with this? I'm going to get 1.4% in 24 hours, fine, I'm going to get my little reward there, but you need to understand that there's something called impermanent loss. Okay, now if you type into Google impermanent loss calculator, you can type in the token prices that you're putting to the liquidity farm, and you can calculate what would your impermanent loss be. Now again, beyond the scope of this video, but impermanent loss is basically this concept that when you allocate 2 tokens, Bitcoin and USDT, into a pool, those tokens can move in price. And if they move in price, you could suffer from impermanent loss, which always is there, right? It's always going to happen that you're going to get some sort of impermanent loss because you can't sell the asset stuck in this liquidity pool. So what you need to do is, using a calculator like the one I just shared with you here, you want to calculate what is the fee that you're getting, right? What is the fee that Bybit is giving you here for your liquidity mining minus the impermanent loss, and then you're in a good profit. So if I use this calculator and it's saying I'm getting a impermanent loss of 4%, that's no bueno for me, right? If I'm only making 1% over there. So if I now change my numbers here slightly, and now I'm getting, I don't know, impermanent loss of 0.16, and yet I'm earning here 1.4% APR, now I'm in a different profitable position. So again, you're going to want to take into account impermanent loss. So that is known as liquidity farming. And again, I can make a separate breakdown for this, but you can liquidity mine any pair of tokens if you have them sat in your account anyway, right? You can earn extra. And that's the whole concept of Bybit Earn. You've got crypto sat there anyway, and you want to make use of it. You want to put it to work, right? So when you now come down here, you see a few different options. Let's say you've got a bunch of Bitcoin in your account. You know it's going to sit there anyway. Maybe you want to go and say, okay, I want to put it into some liquidity mining. I want to put it into a fund pool. Or if you're somebody that wants to do savings, you can put it into a savings account, right? So you've got those options here. Now, when you decide that you want to do so, you click on buy now, right? And now you're in their savings page, and you're going to see all the different offers that they have. In this case, they've only got one. They've got a couple here for different tokens, but for Bitcoin, they've just got the one with 2.5% yield. So let's click stake now. Now, please remember, guys, this is a bit of a misnomer. It's not actually staking. They put stake now on the button, but like I explained at the beginning of this video, it's really a savings account. So you're earning interest, right? So for various of you people out there who don't want to transact in interest like myself, this is not a product you're going to want to be using. So when I then come into here, you could choose how much you want to go ahead and put in your savings account. I mean, I've just hit the maximum there. Let's put some less, and you can go ahead and choose how much do you want to put in. Okay, click stake now, and that goes ahead and puts it in for you. Now, to unstake is pretty easy too. You just head into the top corner, click on assets, right? You're going to come down to Bybit Earn, and you're going to see a list of all your current earn products live. And you can, again, just click this button here and you will unstake immediately. So it's not complicated whatsoever if you're looking to unstake at any given time. Now, there is another neat feature as well for those of you looking to use the savings product. You can choose to tick on auto savings. Now, what auto savings does is it allows you to authorize that any idle crypto you have sat in your account, you can just allow Bybit to just take that and put it into a savings account. Of course, be very careful if you're looking to do so, understand the risk, but you can click on enable now, and you can go ahead and say, you know what, I automatically want to earn yield on these coins. I can click to agree, and I can go ahead and set that auto saving. So I don't need to think about it and manually put each one. When it sees that I've got Bitcoin sat there or USD sat there, it's going to go and automatically put it into savings for you. Just like in a bank, right? When you're in a traditional bank, you don't actually choose if you want savings on and off. In fact, you have to opt out of it. You have to ring your bank and say, I don't want to put it in savings account. I don't want the interest. Put it somewhere else for me. Whereas by default, they're loaning it out and they're giving you a savings percent for doing so. A few questions I get quite often is, can you compound the yield? In other words, like let's say you start with $100, you've earned 2%. Can you now put the 102 to compound some more? Currently, that's not possible within Bybit. Okay, so you can see that here. Currently, yield compounding is not available. Yield from flexed or fixed savings will not be invested automatically to generate additional yield. Okay, so you can definitely check out the auto savings, but it's not going to do the compounding for you. Also, at any given moment in time, you can see how much you're earning. Again, just go to your assets page in the top right-hand corner. On the left-hand side, just like how you got funding, your spot, your derivatives account, click on earn, and you can see how much have you earned, right? How much have you actually actively earned? And again, this is quite passive income, right? Whether you're staking, whether you're using the savings account, whether you're using the liquidity mining, which I shared with you, or even whether you're using something like the ETH 2.0 liquid staking as well, all those are options for you to make more money on your money sat there. And again, you can see your results here. You can see how you're doing over time and which products are earning you the most yield. And just to touch upon the ETH 2.0 liquid staking, you can do that through Bybit as well. I know a lot of you know how to do that through Lido or other specific platforms, but you can do it all in your Bybit account as well. So if you got ETH sat here and you want to go ahead and put that and get your staked ETH, again, you could do so. Remember, the benefits of liquid staking is that you still get your staked ETH, which you can use, right? That's one of the interesting novel things about liquid staking is you can stake your Ethereum, you get the staked ETH tokens, which you can use and trade on the market as well, which is very interesting. So again, you jump into here. If you want to stake, you can see the APR on the different products and you can choose whether to stake and redeem. Super easy to do so, all from your Bybit account. So there you have it, guys. There is a whirlwind tour through with Bybit Earn. If you're looking to earn money on the cryptocurrency you've got sat in your account anyway, this is a great place to start. If there's any of those features which I quickly went through, which you want a deeper dive into, let me know in the comments below and I could do a dedicated tutorial on just one of those, because each one of those different earn products, you can talk a good 20 minutes on each of those to get into the details. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to get yourself set up with a Bybit account and claim some amazing bonuses using my link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.